Arkansas, what you think of is extreme length and athleticism playing really hard. That's what they do. They play really hard. They get their athleticism into the game. They're long, athletic. They got multiple scores, but you've got to match their effort with their athleticism.
What has stood out to you, maybe the last couple of years of going to Tulsa, playing them this early in the season? What do you think it does for your team? What do you take away from it?
It's another great game. It's another, we've played a high level games, and it's another high level game in a great atmosphere. I think Tulsa does a great job with the event and with the series, but we got a lot of respect for Arkansas. We know what they do in terms of how hard and athletic they guard you, and offensively they just got multiple weapons offensively.
Talk about multiple weapons offensively. They got multiple shot blockers too. What does that do for your offense as far as how you have to kind of attack that?
We got to match aggression with aggression. I mean, I know USC Morgan had 10 blocks the day before we played USC, and you can't be afraid of it. I mean, you're going to get your shot blocked. They're going to block our shot. We've got to continue to be aggressive and not be passive because they have elite shot blockers. They do. They have elite shot blockers, and we know they're coming. But you just can't be passive.
How special are these opportunities? Regional opponent, neutral site, early season, getting that attention.
No, it's another great game. We look at opportunities. For us, it's another great game against a great team. And I know Arkansas. They do it every year. They're going to be there at the end. They're going to be playing really, really good. They're an outstanding team.
Porter, you mentioned on Tuesday you really like that Javian and Los were playing really well together.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, when they're playing like that, what do you like about the way those two complement in each other in the backcourt?
It gives you multiple guys that can handle the pressure, handle the guards. Arkansas is going to pressure you, and it gives you multiple guys that can handle it. Multiple guys that can create. Both of them created for other people. I think if Javian drove down the lane, he dropped it off to Sam for a dunk. He came up the ball screen, he dropped it to Sam for that. You see Los did the same thing. You got two guys that are very, very good passers. So I think that's just a weapon when you get more guys, and I think they're getting more comfortable, playing off each other too. They can get each other shots, and I think that they're just getting more and more comfortable doing it.
Has this been what you expected from him, or has he been even a little bit better than
Who?
Javian?
Oh, Javian?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is why we recruited him. We thought he'd bring speed and scoring. I've been saying that for all summer. I said many times, people are going to remind you of a guy like Hollis Price who can really score, who can really plays with an energy. He's fun to watch because he plays hard. But that's we wanted to add speed and shooting and scoring, and so this is what we envision. I know he and ourselves, we know he's got another step, as all of our guys do, another step to get better.
Kim English the other night said he was kind of like Allen Iverson out there for a Big East coach. That's kind of thrown out there.
I think Javian does. He wants to be Javian. I don't think he wants to be compared to anybody right now. I mean, I think he's just trying to be his best self. And that's what I like about Javian. He's working. He's a student of the game. He studies different things, and he's trying to be the best Javian he can be. And I think that's the big thing for him. Comparisons take away joy. I think comparisons take away joy. And be the best Javian you can be, and feel great with it.
What's the vibe of this team right now? You guys continue to move up the top 45. I just think from the outside looking in, they seem more confident maybe than they were a year ago. Have you noticed that from them, or is there something different that you've seen?
I think confidence comes from preparation. I think confidence comes from all the work they put in this summer. I think confidence comes from, it just doesn't come from, oh, we had a good game. Our confidence is there. Confidence comes over work, periods of time. And that's what I think. That's what I think their confidence is coming from. I mean, they invested this summer in coming together. They invested this spring or this fall in the different boot camps we did, and just of coming together. And that's what I think you notice with our team is they're playing together. We space it, we share it, we're together defensively, and we got a long way to go. But that's what confidence comes from. It just doesn't come from one magic win.
How do you handle all that praise nationally? Do you tell the guys to ignore it or embrace the expectations, or
tell them it's part of the process? Yeah. I mean, where we want to go, it's part of it. If you're not going to get where you want to go without some accolades and highs, but You just can't get too high and get too low. I mean, you know, it's the same thing. When you lose, you just can't get so down. It's just, basketball's a long season. There's many opportunities, many games. You got to keep grinding, get better. But, you know, we talk about it in stride. Like, this is what we wanted. I mean, this is what we wanted. I mean, it's not what we're celebrating. It's not our destination. It's not what we're celebrating. And I think our guys have done that. I think they've played hard. They've come back. And we got a huge test, and they all know it. Arkansas there in Tulsa is going to be a huge game for them and us. And they're really good. And so are we. And I think it's going to be a great game.
When you look at the talent and physicality Providence had, then the Tuesday, Saturday turnaround, and talent and athleticism, is this a great barometer for the newer guys to say, this is a week in the Big 12. This is what it's going to feel like week over week once you get to conference play?
It is. It's just, I mean, you got two high-level teams playing this week, and so that's the way the grind is going to be. So we really haven't talked about it like that, but that's the way it is, and it's back-to-back, physical, athletic teams, and but that's where we're in, and we just look at it as another opportunity coming up Saturday.
You know, Jalen Moore kind of struggled to get going offensively on Tuesday, but he's been a huge energy guy for y'all all season. But how important is it for guys like Lowe did on Tuesday to kind of step in and fill in the gaps?
It was big, especially the way they were guarding you. I mean, they were playing that drop coverage, and it becomes like an NBA two-man game, and you need your guards to be really good in that. Decision-making, passing, and Los and Javion were outstanding. I mean, then how about them, between the two of them, they had 19 rebounds. 12, and so they did a lot. They had great, I mean, those two really did a lot in that coverage, and you know, Jalen Moore's been great all year, and his energy, he brings a lot of things to the table, defensively, rebounding, athletically. So you know, that's the joy of, I think, right now of our team right now is, you know, some nights like John Hughley was really good at USC. I thought Sam was really good the other night. There's no jealousy. I mean, this is what the culture you try to build, is that, you know, different guys, different nights. Be happy for them, put the win, let's go next one. And that's definitely a couple of those guys' mentality moving on to Arkansas.